Greetings and salutations, and let me take you back to 1980, 1986 to be exact, in the lower left-hand corner, to a game very fond in my heart, and this was the remake of them, and this is Dragon Quest. Now, I love Dragon Quest, and I've always loved Dragon Quest. Now, the reason why I love this game is this is canonically relevant to Final Fantasy. If you look at Final Fantasy, when you go to, I believe it's called Alfheim, in the first Final Fantasy, there's a gravestone that says, in Japan, here lies Link. Because Legend of Zelda came out before Final Fantasy in Japan. And they thought that Final Fantasy was going to be the Legend of Zelda killer. Well, that didn't happen here. We didn't get Legend of Zelda until after Final Fantasy. So it wouldn't have made any sense for us to hear Here Lies Link. However, here, we got Dragon Quest before we got Final Fantasy. Of course, when it came over, it was called Dragon Warrior. And so it had the name Erdrick. So if you go on the NES and you play the original Final Fantasy, you walk up to that gravestone, it says, Here Lies Erdrick. They've streamlined a lot of this, though. Like, this is not the original Dragon Quest. This was a remake. The original Dragon Quest, you actually had to hit stairs, you had to hit chest or investigate or whatever. You had to do those certain things. Now, we're going to come over here. And that's the inn. I don't want the inn. I want the armory. You have 120 gold. And most people usually buy the Oaken Club. I don't do that. I buy myself the leather suit. And then I get myself the bamboo spear. But I don't really want the bamboo spear. I'll go out there and I'll just punch slimes until I get 10 gold and come back in and grab the Oaken Club. So we're going to go out there and we're going to go punch some slimes. Now you got to remember, as a kid growing up, this was before I knew anything about Dragon Ball Z. And as you can see, they are very... It's actually known as a red slime back in the day. However, that's very reminiscent of Akira Toriyama, as you can see. Because he was the one that animated all of these monsters. Akira Toriyama drew all of them. Hey, 4 gold coins. They used to be called a red slime back in the day. I mean, they did, when they relaunched it in Square Enix, they did do a little bit of adjustments, which makes sense. But at the same time, it's like, they at least left Akira Toriyama, and his name is on this, by the way. So that is still his animated work. But this is before I knew about Dragon Ball Z. I mean, I played Dragon Quest way back in the day, and yes, your character was even comically large back then. But this game just had that nuance and that appeal to it, where it's, I don't know, it just, there was something about this game back in the day that I just loved, and I never got over it. And I have all 3 of the Dragon Quests. Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3. I believe in Dragon Quest 3 there is a gambling area where, I'm pretty sure I had that equipped. Yep, Oaken Club and a leather suit. And I don't have a shield yet. I believe in Dragon Quest 3 there was a gambling pit where you could gamble on the monsters beating on each other. To which point I said, you know, always bet on the babble. Which stands true to this day, by the way. If you go and you fight, like... Or not the fight, but if you go to that arena, that monster arena, Dragon Quest 3, and you see where it says, like, Babble versus Magician versus Slime or whatever, bet on the Babble. Always bet on the Babble. You'll get your money back. Leveled up. Strength by 2, HP by 6, and 4 gold coins. Eventually you do learn magic, but plotline is Dragon Lord came. Plotline is that the Dragon Lord showed up here and is like, yo, we stole away this one sphere. Do y'all mind? And, you know, you have to go and get the sphere back. Which is, you know, fantasy plot A. There's tons of fantasy plots that have the same plot. But in this game, back in the day, you didn't know what it was, and it didn't really matter. You knew that you had to go and level up and go and try to save somebody and get whatever. Now, the princess has gone missing. And you could technically go save the princess, or you could skip it. Doesn't really matter. You could go defeat the Dragon Lord and skip rescuing the princess. When you get to the end, the princess isn't there. Now, obviously, the further out you go, and the more on an adventure you go, you're gonna run into stronger things. I totally expect to die multiple times in this run. But this is just a game of my youth. And it's something that I figured I would share by playing it. You know what I mean? See what I mean? You wait till you get the Oaken Club. You wait to get the Oaken Club, and then it makes traveling a whole lot easier. Agility by 2, HP MP. I learned Heal. Now the unfortunate part is I don't have the mana yet because you don't get it granted to you. You have to stay at an inn. I don't want to go too far out because I know that there's skeletons. Skeleton would be very bad right about now. Skeleton, it wouldn't be as funny as like Papyrus or Sand. Actually, it'd be more like fighting Sands. Because you'd sit there and, you know, you run into especially when you're fighting like Drakes and everything like that. Then you run into a skeleton or a werewolf, and it's like you're gonna have a bad time. Because you will. You'll have a bad time if you fight those guys. Especially if you've just been fighting Drakes. Oh yeah, you'll have a bad time. And we're going to head down, and we're going to go heal at this old inn back down here. And then we'll go into one of the caves. Alright, slimes. Out of the way. We'll go into one of the caves. I almost have enough for the shield. Almost. One of the best early on investments, though, is honestly the leather shield and the copper sword. I mean, not so much the leather armor, because you could wear like clothing and still be able to kill off most of the stuff out here and not take all that much damage. But it's getting that leather shield, getting the copper sword that is a big boost. Because once you get the copper sword, you could start killing scorpions and skeletons, and you could kill magicians in one hit. I mean, it gets pretty gnarly. You'll see. Once I cross this bridge, it's a whole new ball game. Magician. They call him Prestidigitizer. Told you it was a whole new ball game. Ooh. I learned the Sizz spell. Yeah, we're gonna head back up to that other area. No, we're not. We're gonna get jumped by a slime. I'm gonna head back up there so I could go rest and get all my MP back. Because now I have like 10, which allows me 3 heal spells. Which can keep me out into the field longer. I also have Sizz. And I... Quiz Sizzes. Oh, that'd be hilarious. Oh, I was 1 gold away from the leather shield. 1 gold. Oh, sucks. Now see, this guy over here, I believe he sells a broad axe too. For 550. Iron axe for 560. You see what I mean? He's got quite a bit, but he doesn't have the shield. So you get 6 there and then 5 there. So it's a progression system that we eventually get there. But we'll see. We're just gonna go out and venture down here and go kill us some more prestidigitors. Even though that's not how you say it, that's how I'm gonna say it. Ah, scorpions. They're gonna rock me like a hurricane, aren't they? Not anymore. Burn the scorpion. 16 experience points, 25 gold. Oops, that was a mistake. Ow. There we go. Oops, don't want to do that. I'm gonna keep making that mistake for a while now. There we go. Ooh, Dracolite. I don't like that. Sometimes you just gotta pull out the old spells and just burn them to the ground. Gotta go up and get more mana. Mana is gonna carry me through the game early on. Until I get the copper sword. Once you get the copper sword and a couple other items, you could start really taking hits back and forth. Actually, let's see. Do I have enough for the copper sword? I do not. What if I sell the club? Do I have enough then? Oh, I had a bamboo spear. I do have enough. Yeah. Get rid of that bamboo spear too. Give me the copper sword, baby. I love how the vendor's just like, why would you buy such a treasure and leave it unused? I wouldn't. That's why I bought it. I just want to go out there and use that copper sword and start poking scorpions with it. Scorpions, prestidigitors, drakies, dracolites, you know. Standard fare. Just take a copper sword. Like, but why copper of all things? See? That copper sword's a big leap forward in killing technology. My question is how's he hitting a ghost with a sword? That's the real question. Like, how does one hit a ghost with a sword? Like, really try to sort that out. It's like, ah, yes, here's a ghost. Let me swing this copper sword at you. Something tells me you won't be able to hit the incorporeal ghost. I believe incorporeal is the word I'm looking for. Now, you have to come here and turn in and record it here. Oops, I wanted to continue. Whoopsies. My bad. I'll go back in. thought it was going to ask me if I wanted to end. Venture forth. There we go. And it tells you, it also tells you how many more experience points you need to level. The music in this game, while simplistic, is still amazing. I'm gonna go over there and start beating on some scorpions. There was some sort of coding way back in the day where if you were over in the starting area off to the right, that you could run into things like wyverns if you weren't careful. Yeah. And wyverns, you don't want to run into a wyvern that early on. It's just easier to cook the scorpions. Now, once we get to the Gold Man and other things like that, that's when it's going to get to be tough. Prestidigitator. Prestidigitatus. Eat copper sword, Prestidigitigal. And yes, I'm butchering that completely on purpose. There's no... Ow. Don't burn me, I'll burn you. See? Sometimes that's why you gotta watch out for that sometimes. Is they'll just ambush you like that and then you have no shot. On the bridge. Haha. Just burn them. Now I could go over by that leather shield. Wait till you see some of the later fights. Some of the later fights are just absolutely manic. And like Dragon Quest 2 and 3, they start giving you multiples, so you'll end up having to fight like, you know, 2 slimes, or 2 slimes and a ghost, or a slime, a ghost, and a babble. And so it just kind of... I don't think they call them babbles in the remakes. I think they call them something completely different. But, at any rate, it gets to be rather interesting in Dragon Quest 2 and 3. But you're also not alone in those games either. I want myself the leather shield. Now, I believe there's another item shop over here somewhere. Oops, is this it? In here? Ah, yes. Talisman for the Dragon Scale. You know what? Can I buy more than one of them? I can. What is it used for? I forgot. Oh well, I'll figure it out. I'll come across some point in time where I'm like, that's what it's used for. I guess they say if you like... Whoops, I did that again. I think they say if you like hold it in your inventory. It says unlimited uses. Oh. I equipped it. Interesting. Maybe I'll take less fire damage because it's a dragon scale. That might be interesting. Who knows? We'll see. I know that you can equip the fighter's ring when you can find it. Out of the way, Draki. You guys aren't even a competition anymore. You're just a nuisance. Let's go a little bit further down. Let's go a little bit further. Skeleton? What's a ghost doing down there? That's not normal. Where's the skeletons and whatnot? Well, there's Prestidigitator, who apparently only had 8 HP, which was kind of weak. Strength by 4? Jeez. Wow. 14 damage on a ghost? Let's get down here and see what we can do. They should be one-shottable. They are. What about skeletons? Skeleton? A slime. For real? That's like baby games. Let's do it over here. Lunatic. We're getting into some interesting stuff now. Okay. I only have 4 heals. 176 gold. I don't want to lose my way, though, because my torch isn't very bright. I need either more torches or I need the light spell. That's what I need. Wow, he was faster than me. That's insane. He shouldn't have been, but whatever. I'll take it. That swamp there is... It damages you when you step in it. So, yeah, it's best to stay away from those. Now, there is something later on where you have to actually walk into the swamp and find a couple things, but there's ways to mitigate that damage, so... We're gonna head up here, sleep in the inn, and then maybe get some more torches or something. Yeah, maybe. I could also get the magic keys, too. Maybe. Maybe this is not the place to get the magic keys. That's cool. Not that I want to be there. Yeah, torches. You have to buy them one at a time. That's annoying. It's one of those things, like, can you imagine it? You're sitting there, you're talking to a shopkeep, and he's like, ah, yes, what would you like? And you're like, yeah, I'd like that torch. And before you can even say, can I get, like, they say, oh, right, yes, the torch, here you go. Well, it's quite right. Quite right. And you can have that torch there for 8 gold pieces. What say you? And you're like, can I get it? No, it's 8 gold pieces. And it's like, well, wait a minute, I want to buy more than one. Nope, one at a time. Now, see, I need the key there. I don't have any keys. Alright, so I want to investigate the cave over here to my right, and I'll investigate that, and then I'll go talk to the king. I have been felled. And so, you're on a quest to do, well, essentially what he did before you. Yeah. But, ooh, 152. Alright. That'll do it for me today. I hope everybody had an interesting look into this slice of my history, but this is a game that's very near and dear to me, and I hope you enjoyed it, because I certainly enjoyed playing it. And just hearing that song right there makes it all worthwhile. It's so good. At any rate, I hope everybody has a fantastic evening, a wonderful tomorrow, and as always, have a good one.